Choices. Our choices can be our best friend or our worst enemy. They can deliver us to our goals or send us orbiting into a galaxy far, far away. You make your choices, and then your choices make you. Our choices are often shaped by our culture and upbringing. They can be so entwined in our routine behaviors and habits that they seem beyond our control. Nobody intends to become obese, go through bankruptcy, or get a divorce. But often, if not always, those consequences are a result of a series of small, poor choices. For instance, you inhale a soda and a bag of potato chips, suddenly realize only after you've polished off the last chip that you blew an entire day of healthy eating and you weren't even hungry. You get caught up and lose 2 hours watching mindless TV before realizing you spaced out preparing for an important presentation to land a valuable client. You blurt out a knee-jerk lie to a loved one for no good reason, when the truth would have worked just fine. What's going on? You've allowed yourself to make a choice without thinking, and as long as you're making choices unconsciously, you can't consciously choose to change that ineffective behavior and turn it into productive habits. It's time to wake up and make empowering choices. It's easy to point fingers at others, isn't it? I'm not getting ahead because of my lame boss. I would have gotten that promotion if it hadn't been for that backstabbing coworker. I'm always in a bad mood because my kids are driving me crazy. We are particularly gifted in the finger-pointing department when it comes to our romantic relationships, where the other person is the one who needs to change. Our attitude is a choice, and to be grateful is a choice. And I know a lot of people who have a lot of blessings that aren't really grateful. I also know a lot of people who have very little and are very grateful. So it's not what you have. It's not possessions. It's not where you've arrived positionally. I think it's a spirit, and the attitude of gratitude to me is saying there have been others in my life that have done things for me I couldn't have done for myself. And the way to express, I think, indebtedness to people is by being grateful to them. The person that says, well, I'm grateful, I've just never expressed it, that's not adding value to anyone. So the lesson here is not only look for what you appreciate, but give that appreciation to others. And as the saying goes, what you appreciate appreciates. Owning 100%. If I always took 100% responsibility for everything I experienced, completely owning all of my choices and all the ways in which I responded to whatever happened to me, I held the power. Everything was up to me. I was responsible for everything I did, didn't do, or how I responded to what was done to me. I know you think you take responsibility for your life. I have yet to ask anyone who doesn't say, of course I take responsibility for my life. But when you look at how most people operate in the world, there's a lot of finger pointing, victimhood, blaming, and expecting someone else or the government to solve their problems. If you've ever blamed the traffic because you're late, or decided that you're in a bad mood because of something your kid, spouse, or coworker did, you're not taking 100% responsibility. You alone are responsible for what you do, don't do, or how you respond to what's done to you. This empowering mindset revolutionized my life. Luck, circumstances, or the right situation wasn't what mattered. If it was to be, it was up to me. I was free to fly. No matter who was elected president, how badly the economy tanked, or what anybody said, did, or didn't do, I was still 100% in control of me. Through choosing to be officially liberated from the past, present, and future victimhood, I hit the jackpot. Getting lucky. The difference between becoming fabulously rich, happy, and healthy, or broke, depressed, and unhealthy is the choices you make throughout your life. Nothing else will make the difference. Here's the thing about luck. We are all lucky. When I asked Richard Branson if he felt luck played a part in his success, he answered, yes, of course. We're all lucky. If you live in a free society, you are lucky. Luck surrounds us every day. We are constantly having lucky things happen to us, whether you recognize it or not. I have not been any more lucky or unlucky than anyone else. The difference is when luck came my way, I took advantage of it. The complete formula for getting lucky. Here's the formula. Preparation, personal growth, plus attitude, belief and mindset, plus opportunity, that good thing coming your way, plus action, doing something about it, equals luck. Preparation. By consistently improving and preparing yourself, your skills, knowledge, expertise, relationships, and resources, you have the wherewithal to take advantage of great opportunities when they arise. Attitude. This is where luck evades most people. It's simply a matter of seeing situations, conversations, circumstances as fortuitous. You cannot see what you don't look for, and you cannot look for what you don't believe in. Opportunity. It is possible to make your own luck, but the luck I'm talking about here isn't planned for, or it comes faster or differently than expected. In this stage of the formula, luck isn't forced. It's a natural occurrence and often shows up seemingly of its own accord. And action. This is where you come in. However, this luck was delivered to you from the universe, God, the Lucky Charms, leprechaun, or from whomever or whatever you associate delivering your good fortune. It's now your job to act on it. No matter what has happened to you, take complete responsibility for it. Good or bad, victory or defeat, own it. My mentor Jim Rohn said, "The day you graduate from childhood to adulthood is the day you take full responsibility for your life. From this day forward, choose to be 100% responsible for your life. Eliminate all of your excuses. Embrace the fact that you are freed by your choices, as long as you assume personal responsibility for them. It's time to make the choice to take control." Your scorecard. Right this moment, pick an area of your life where you most want to be successful. Do you want to have more money in the bank? A trimmer waistline? The strength to compete in an Ironman event? A better relationship with your spouse or kids? Picture where you are in that area right now. Now picture where you want to be. Richer, thinner, happier, you name it. The first step towards change is awareness. If you want to get from where you are to where you want to be, you have to start becoming aware of the choices that lead you away from your desired destination. Become very conscious of every choice that you make today so you can begin to make smarter choices moving forward. If you've decided you want to get out of debt, you're going to track every penny you pull out of your pocket. If you've decided you want to lose weight, you're going to track everything that you put into your mouth. If you decided to train for an athletic event, you're going to track every step you take, every workout you do. Simply carry around a small notebook, something you'll keep in your pocket or purse at all times, and a writing instrument. You're going to write it all down every day, without fail. No excuses, no exceptions. It doesn't sound like much, I know, writing things down on a little piece of paper, but tracking my progress and missteps is one of the reasons I've accumulated the success I've had. The process forces you to become conscious of your decisions. But as Jim Rohn would say, what's simple to do is also simple not to do. The magic is not in the complexity of the task. The magic is in the doing of simple things repeatedly and long enough. So beware of neglecting the simple things that make the big things in your life possible. The biggest difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people are not. All winners are trackers. Tracking is a simple exercise. It works because it brings moment-to-moment awareness to the actions you take in the area of your life that you want to improve. You'll be surprised at what you will observe about your behavior. You cannot manage or improve something until you measure it. Likewise, you can't make the most of whom you are, your talents and resources and capabilities until you are aware of and accountable for your actions. Every professional athlete and his or her coach track each performance down to the smallest minutia. Pitchers know their stats on every pitch in their repertoire. Golfers have even more metrics on their swings. Professional athletes know how to adjust their performances based on what they've tracked. They pay attention to what they record and make changes accordingly, because they know when their stats improve, they win more games and earn more in endorsement deals. Keep it slow and easy. So, what will tracking look like? It will be thorough, as in organized, and relentless, as in constant. Each day, you'll start at the top of a fresh page and start keeping track. What happens after the first week of tracking? You'll probably be in shock. You'll be astonished at how those calories, pennies, minutes have been escaping you. You never even knew that they were there, let alone that they'd vanished. Now, keep going. You're going to track in this area for maybe 3 weeks. You'll be so blown away by the results after 1 week, you'll sign yourself up for another 2. I can practically guarantee it. Why 3 weeks? You've probably heard psychologists say that something doesn't become a habit until you've practiced it for 3 weeks or so. For the next 3 weeks, choose to carry around your own small notepad and write every single thing down in your category. What happens in 3 weeks? You move from the shock that follows the first week to the happy surprise of seeing how merely becoming conscious of your actions begins to shape them. Make the correct choice every day, every week for many years, and you can quickly see how you could become financially abundant. The unsung, unseen hero. Once you start tracking your life, your attention will be focused on the smallest things that you're doing right, as well as the smallest things that you're doing wrong. And when you choose to make even the smallest course corrections consistently over time, you'll begin to see amazing results. It's the littlest disciplines that pay off over time, the effort and preparation for the great triumph that happened when no one was looking. And yet the results are exceptional. After hundreds of tournaments played and thousands of strokes tallied, the difference between the number 1 ranked golfer and the number 10 golfer is an average of only 1.9 strokes. But the difference in prize money is 5 times, over 10 million versus 2 million. The number 1 golfer isn't 5 times better, not even 50% better, or even 10% better. In fact, the difference between his average score is only 2.7% better, yet the results are 5 times greater. That's the power of little things adding up. It's not the big things that add up in the end, it's the hundreds, thousands, or millions of little things that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Let me give you a few more ways tracking small changes can result in huge payoffs. Know what they're talking about. One is a way of reframing your savings account. This comes from Dr. Mehmet Oz. I tithe to myself. This was true when I was making $29,000 as an intern, and it's true with my money right now. 10% of what I earn, I don't touch. It's as though I didn't earn that money. I don't actually put it aside for a rainy day. I'm putting it aside because that buys me peace of mind. A peace of mind account. I love that. Who wants to take their hard-earned money and stash it away for a rainy day? How fun and beneficial does that sound? But peace of mind? Yes, I want that, and it's worth spending, or in this case, saving money to buy it. I think Dr. Oz puts the idea of savings into context. Thinking about buying peace of mind is a great way of reframing and understanding this important behavior. I am 1,000% sure, after working with hundreds of thousands of people over the last 2 decades, that personal finance is about 80% behavior, and it's only about 20% head knowledge. We all know what to do. It's doing it that's the problem. So the problem with my money is this idiot that I shave with every morning. He also said, the first thing is you have to pay attention. You have to be purposeful. You have to be intentional. And the second thing is maturity. Adults devise a plan and follow it. Children do what feels good. You have got to do the right thing every time, all the time. That's the number one indicator in your character towards becoming wealthy. Handling money is a learned technique. It's about choices that lead to behaviors, done long enough, become habits that over time compound into our results, wealth and financial abundance, or bankruptcy, heartache, and despondency. The choices are small, the behavior changes almost unnoticeable, but the outcomes are profound by comparison. Time is of the essence. Don't wait another day to start the small disciplines that will lead you in the direction of your goals. All you have to do is improve yourself, your performance, your output, and your earnings by 0.1% each workday. Do you think you could do that? Of course, anyone can do that. Simple. Do it each day of the week and you'll improve by 0.5% each week. Translation? Not much. Equaling 2% each month, which compounded adds up to 26% each year. You don't have to put in 1,000% more effort or work 1,000% more hours. Just 0.1% improvement each day. That's it. When I asked Donnie Deutsch what the most important ingredient to success was, the most important thing I say is, are you learning every day? Are you growing every day? Are you being challenged every day? That is the key to success. The day that stops happening, the world is going to turn in the wrong direction for you. Harvey Mackay said it this way: you don't go to school once for a lifetime. You're in school all of your life. Jim Rohn said it to me this way: formal education will make you a living, which is fine, but self-education will make you a fortune, which is super fine. And lastly, this concept of constant and never-ending improvement is echoed in every endeavor. Cal said this: I think it's important, especially in this economy. You can't stay around if you're not getting better. No business or baseball team is going to keep people just because they show up. You have to constantly be looking for ways to get better and looking for ways to improve your value to the organization. You have to develop strong fundamentals, no matter what you do, and you have to make yourself indispensable. That requires you to be evaluating what you're doing and what needs to be done. Success is a half marathon. Since your outcomes are the result of your moment-to-moment choices, you have incredible power to change your life by changing those choices. Step by step, day by day, your choices will shape your actions until they become habits, where practice makes them permanent. Losing is a habit, so is winning. Now let's work on permanently instilling winning habits into your life. Eliminate sabotaging habits and instill the needed positive habits, and you can take your life in any direction you desire, to the heights of your greatest imagination.